It is hard to ignore some of the troubling reports seen daily that span all along the West Coast. How a place with 58,000 homeless people can continue to function. The investigation revealing trash littered across every block says the Golden State has the worst quality of life in the nation.
Cast out the devils, he heals the sick, and he raises the dead.
The greatest opportunities in human history are here upon us. That's the good news we've got tonight.
Psalm 89. O Yahweh, God of hosts, who is mighty as you are, O Yahweh, with your faithfulness all around you.
Conference is about activating your faith, divine reversal, and a divine reversal in a blessing way.
Hi everybody, it's Mike, and I'm here from the Watchman's Report. We're coming at you today. We're going to talk about something really exciting, and that's the conference coming up next weekend, the Defender Skywatch TV conference. Great lineup of speakers, and I have one of them with me today. It's Derek Gilbert. Derek, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mike. It's an honor to be here.
Well, Derek, I got to tell you, I am flabbergasted. I am honored. I am amazed that Tom Horn asked Jeannie and I to help with this conference. And not only that, he's asked me to MC the conference. And I'm going to tell you something maybe you saw, maybe you didn't. I'm kind of hoping you didn't. But I posted on Facebook this morning, finish this statement because I have to introduce Derek at the conference. And, you know, it's Derek Gilbert is. And I'm telling you, I got some great responses, but probably the best of all that I got was from your own wife, Sharon, who said, Derek Gilbert has the best eyebrows in the industry and is the cutest in the industry. That was precious. And then Casper McLeod said, he's my favorite brainiac. And then we had other people who said, hands down, the best broadcaster on Christian media. To wit, I said, well, what about me? Can I get second place? So we had some fun with that. I'm looking forward to being out there. But Derek, tell us what is going to happen at this conference.
This is really going to be an information-rich conference with speakers like Dr. Michael Heiser, who we've managed to convince to do 2 presentations. Mike will be delivering keynote addresses on Friday night and on Saturday night. The Friday night, and this will be really useful information. On Friday, Mike is going to talk about how to go beyond the Strong's Concordance when trying to dig deeper into the scriptures. That's a tool that many of us are familiar with. It's available for free online at various websites, but sometimes Strong's doesn't give you the full context of the word that you're researching, and it can lead you to some strange interpretations of the verses. And so Mike will talk about some other tools that we can use to get a better sense of the context of the verses that we're trying to understand better. Definitions are one thing, but we also need to understand cultural context. For example, if I were to say Moses, wow, that really came out of left field. Okay, well, that's a baseball reference, but unless you're a 20th or 21st century American, you probably wouldn't catch, even though the words out of left field individually make sense. If you don't understand the cultural context that produced that statement, you wouldn't know what it meant. And similarly, there are phrases, verses, in the Bible that we need to understand with the mind of the people who lived 2,000, 3,000 years ago. And so Mike will offer some suggestions on that. And then on Saturday night, he's going to talk about the death of the gods. Yeah, that's something I've written about some, but Mike is really the expert in this field when it comes to divine council research and these other entities, these small g gods, fallen angels and demons, actually, and what God says is going to happen to him. He's really the expert. So I'm looking forward to his presentations. Then we got other theologians like Dr. Michael Lake, Bible prophecy experts like Joel Richardson, Pastor Carl Gallups. Sharon is going to talk about one of the spirits from the ancient world that arguably is the spirit of the age today, Inanna, and why she exerts such influence, or how her influence is being manifest in our world today. We've got oh gosh, all through the day, through both days, Friday and Saturday, just a lot of deep theology. Dr. Larry Spargimino, Pastor Jim Baker, and Lori Baker, they never speak at conferences. And yet, because of their respect for Tom Horn, Tom and Nita both, they have agreed to speak on Friday as part of the conference. And then on Sunday morning, there's several sessions devoted to health, which is important because if we don't feel well, we actually aren't very productive in the service that we owe to the one who created us, our King. So all in all, this is something that's a little unique. It's different. One of the ways in this is different, Mike, is that there are quite a few women who are speaking at this conference. Besides Sharon, of course, then you've got Lori Baker, who in her own right has got a lot of important things to say, some world experience, life experience that she will be sharing. Allie Anderson Henson, who is developed into a really top-notch researcher and writer for Defender Publishing, and Donna Howell, who is just an incredible thinker. And when she's always nervous before she gets up to speak, but once she gets going, she gets standing ovations every time I have seen her speak in public. So Tom and Nita Horn taking a little different approach with this in inviting more women to the podium, putting an emphasis on health on Sunday, and but not foregoing the deep theology with speakers like Dr. Michael Lake, Dr. Michael Heiser.
I am so pleased to see that. Jeannie and I with Hear the Watchman in 2020 are planning a women's conference. So I'm excited about meeting some of these people and doing it. You've got Sherry, her last name, I'm interviewing her tomorrow. Her last name is
Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley. Amazing lady. I've interviewed her before. She's just very articulate, she's in Washington, D.C., I think. Just an amazing woman who shares the word and talks about some very interesting archaeology. Now,
yeah,
Derek, the conference itself completely sold out. There's standing room only at this point, and we don't even know how many standing room people we can put in there. But
right. Our code regulations are being strictly enforced.
Yeah, I mean, and that's partially up to Jeannie and I to enforce. So come on, people, please be nice. Just like I ask all the speakers right now, since I am the MC, I tell them all, you need to be very nice to me. Otherwise, your introduction might not go the way you think it should. But there's still an opportunity for you to participate in this conference, for you to see it, be a part of it, and have time to truly study it. Derek, tell us about the live streaming package that you have.
Yeah, the video streaming, and this is the same team that people, if they've streamed any of the conferences from Hear the Watchman that you and Jeannie have produced over the last couple of years, they've done such an incredible job, Jason Mullaney and his team, that we contracted them to handle the video streaming from the Defender conference as well. So it's not live streaming in the sense that you're not seeing the presentations in real time, but that's for a reason. Hotel Wi-Fi, hotel internet connections can sometimes be a little squiffy. And so what they do is they record the presentation. So they make sure that it's all captured in full HD, and then they will upload the presentation to another source. That's Vimeo, vimeo.com. And then the presentation is available for you for 90 days from the start of the conference. So there's no streaming issues caused by too many people hitting the hotel Wi-Fi at the same time. It's a more robust system. It can handle more users, and that way it guarantees an interruption-free connection, assuming your internet bandwidth at home is sufficient to handle the streaming video. But at least it won't be squeezed on the front end while the speakers are talking, which can be really frustrating. Some of the early conferences that tried to do this ran into that issue and learned from that experience. So just $79 gets all of the presentations, all 24, I think we've got 23 sessions, which includes all of the presentations plus the Q&A session with Shelley Neese and Jim Barfield talking about the Copper Scroll Project. Shelley wrote the book. Jim is the director of the Copper Scroll Project, and he will be with us for a Q&A session on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, Mike Heiser hosts his Paranormal podcast with his usual crew, plus some of us from Skywatch TV, discussing a paranormal topic based on peer-reviewed academic literature, peer-reviewed studies, peer-reviewed journal articles. So all of those will be available for people who sign up for the streaming video for 3 months from the start of the conference. So if you can watch at your own schedule when it's convenient, you can go back and watch something a second time. In the case of Dr. Heiser's work, maybe a third and fourth time to catch all of the details and the nuances. But it's a great package, and for $79, it's really a great deal. It's like bringing the conference to your house without having to do any of the setup or cleaning up.
Yeah, I'd say it's truly is a great way to avail yourself of the conference when you can't get there. I mean, some people can't travel. I mean, I know with Hear the Watchman that we have people all over the world that subscribe to our on-demand platform. And folks, I really want to emphasize this on-demand way that we do this. Jeannie and I at the first Hear the Watchman conference did a live stream, and also it was awful. I mean, it took us 3 years, I think, now to get over that. It was horrible. And I will not live stream anymore. I just won't do it because you get interruptions. I mean, things happen. I mean, a camera gets left on or something like that. And it just is awful. But when you do this on-demand version, it is beautiful and it's perfect. And you can go back and look over it again and again. And my hat truly goes off to Dr. Tom Horn for listening to some advice about this, and Derek, and doing it the right way, because it's really to your benefit. Now, I'm going to tell there's a special offer that you guys have. There's a gift that you're giving with this. What is that gift?
Right. Just as an added bonus for people who sign up, seeing as how this is our first conference, we're going to make available also, when you sign up for the streaming video, access to the 2-hour and 45-minute documentary that Sharon and I produced after our tour of Israel, Jordan, and Sardinia last year, called Wars of the Gods, Volume 1, Search for the Titans. And it shows our tour through Israel with Mike Heiser, some teachings in places like the slopes of Mount Hermon, in front of the Grotto of Pan, which is at the base of Mount Hermon, places like Tel Dan, why the altar there at Dan, which was one of the cities where Jeroboam set up his golden calves, was significant. We take you to Bethel to show you Shiloh. We, of course, go to Jerusalem, take you through the Western Wall tunnels underneath the Western Wall. We then travel over to Jordan, and there's some teachings on Mount Nebo, which overlooks a place that's going to be very significant in end times prophecy, the Valley of the Travelers of Ezekiel 39. Then we go to Petra. We show you Petra. And then we travel over to Sardinia, and we show you some of the megalithic sites there. There's I think you can only call it a ziggurat, a Babylonian-style ziggurat or Sumerian-style ziggurat that's older than the ziggurats, most of them that have been found from ancient Sumer, on the island of Sardinia. We visit the tombs of the giants. We interview Timothy Alberino and the explorer Anselm P. Rambla about those locations. Again, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, lots of beautiful images and video, and lots of information. And that will be available as our free gift to all who sign up for the streaming video from the Defender Conference. And you can do that very simply at defenderconference.com. Just follow the link to sign up for streaming. And for just $79, you get all 24 presentations plus the Wars of the Gods documentary.
That's amazing. And I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to step that up a little bit higher. If you are signing up for the live streaming and you do it between today and, let's say, next Thursday, let's just put it that way. If you do that, the first 12 people that do that, who email me at mikekerr777@gmail.com, I will give you a personal gift of some Skywatch TV books. I will put a little package. I'll give you 3 books from Skywatch TV. I'll do that. Now, not only that, anybody who signs up for this conference on the live stream, I will give you free access to one of the Hear the Watchman conferences on demand for 6 months. One of the past conferences, you can have either the last Dallas conference or Long Island, New York, that we did a year ago. I'll give you that free of charge. All you have to do is sign up for it. Email me, again, Mike Kerr, mike777@gmail. I'll let Tom Horn know about this, but we want to give you that gift. That is how important we think it is that you get this information from Skywatch TV and Defender Publishing. So get busy. Now, Derek, tell them, where do they go to avail themselves of this?
The easiest way to do it is go through the Defender Conference website. It's defenderconference.com, and you'll see a link on the front page there, and that will take you to the link to sign up for the streaming video.
Awesome. Well, Derek, listen, I am so looking forward to being there. Basically, a week from today, it kicks off. I'll be there.
Pretty much,
yeah. Everybody will start gathering there. And then Friday, it starts up. And we expect it. We've got my wife Jeannie helping out, and she's kind of in charge of making sure things happen the way they do. And I assure you, if she is, that it'll move flawlessly. But we're looking forward to seeing everybody there, all the speakers, all the folks that are attending, and all of you who are going to sign up and attend via the live stream. Take advantage of this. Again, the first 12 people, I'll give you 3 books. All you have to do is email me, MikeKerr777@gmail.com. Everyone else that signs up, you're going to get the free access to a couple of Hear the Watchman conferences. Again, email MikeKerr777@gmail.com. Derek, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I sure appreciate it.
All right, folks, we're going to see you later. We'll see you with another episode of the Watchman's Report tomorrow. We're going to be talking this week to a lot of the speakers at this conference, and we're going to be talking about this and encouraging you over and over again to sign up for that live stream. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Get out there, get busy, sign up today. That's going to wrap it up today for this edition of the Watchman's Report. And remember, as we always say, there's nothing you can't do with Jesus in your heart, except nothing at all. Get busy, activate your faith, make something happen. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you next time here on the Watchman's Report.